got him in the semifinals of Arch Madness. The coach of the year in the Valley, Ben Jacobson, in his 3rd year at Northern Iowa. The 37-year-old coach of the Panthers, a 2-year starter, 4-year player at North Dakota. It is a coach's league inside the MVC. Let's take a look at our State Farm keys to the game. Great service, great rates, it's all here. Nobody takes care of you like State Farm.
If you're Bradley, you've got to defend the threes, and you've got to get yourself to the free throw line. That's the main thing. Also now for Northern Iowa, contain the dribble, and they have been the best team in the league at doing that without fouling. Get the ball to the block to the big guys. When they've had trouble, either Cook or Eggleseder hasn't seen the ball much.
That's a look at your State Farm keys to the game during the regular season and their 2 meetings in the Valley. It was UNI that won those 2 games. They swept the regular season. Series history brought to you by Sirius Satellite Radio. Everything worth listening to is now on Sirius XM. Visit Sirius.com. Coach, I'll ask you, how tough is it to beat a team in a league 3 straight times? I mean, it's very difficult.
If you're close in ability, and these 2 teams obviously are. In both ball games, too, now, Bradley has had 10-point leads in them, and they've started more quickly than Northern Iowa. So it'll be interesting to see how we do today. Starting at a fractured time for these teams. Most of the time your practice is at 2:33. Here we go about an hour and a half early.
Boy, Bradley is athletic, and we'll talk about that throughout our first half. And let's check in with the 4th member of our crew, Tom Ackerman. Tom.
Well, Dan, the last time these 2 teams hooked up, it was the Northern Iowa win, 61-58 in Peoria. The shot by Johnny Moran with 5 seconds left to win it. Jim Les was asked, are you eager for another shot at Northern Iowa? He said, I don't know if eager is the word. It's a great team with a lot of different weapons. But he said, we're excited for the opportunity. We need to go in confident that we've had success against this team, and we can't be intimidated.
Tom, thanks. Coach, you were talking about that coach right there, Jim Les. He doesn't get enough credit, does he?
No, he does not. He's won with all sizes and shapes of teams, changed the way they do things. He does a really, really good job.
Tipped around, and Bradley has the first possession of our ball game as Roberts pulled it in and handed it off to McCain, the freshman.
Expect man defense, probably out of both. Oh, a trap to start. Pretty good.
And a foul on Ali Farouk-Manesh. Northern Iowa could play some D now.
They do guard. They guard you very well. They're solid, and as we mentioned earlier, they have been the best at defending a dribble without putting hands on it. And you have to do it against this team because Bradley's going towards the goal.
Northern Iowa predicted to finish 6th in the Valley in the preseason, and they win it. The 7-footer, no good. Farouk-Manesh now for Northern Iowa. They play D, the Panthers do, but they can also really shoot it. You have to defend that 3.
Nice play by Eggleseder.
And that's no good. Wilson pulls it down. Now, I mentioned athletes. There might not be a better athlete in the Valley than the young man that wears number 12 for Bradley, Theron Wilson.
Well, he's good. He got knocked down yesterday and got up and just continued to play. Hard match here.
Got the ball here on the baseline. Short. To Joe Ahalegba.
As a coach, you don't mind so much if someone takes an outside shot early because everybody's nervous and tight. That's what you want, somebody at the goal.
Bradley beat Southern Illinois convincingly yesterday, 67-55 to advance to the semifinals. For Northern Iowa, it was a hard-fought win over Indiana State, 73-69. Indiana State almost pulled that off.
Indiana State really played well. That sets things up for them next year for their ball club. They're going to be very, very hard to play.
Coach McKenna saw his club win 8 of their last 10. The hottest team right now in Arch Madness, undoubtedly, is Creighton. We'll see them in game 2. Ahalegba with the first 2 of this game.
That came against the zone after the out-of-bounds play. High ball screen, and here we go.
Defeated underneath to the 7-footer. The shortest man, though, McCain gets the rebound. Maniscalco, the sharpshooter, no good. Chased down by Wilson. He will save it to Farouk-Manesh, and a foul on McCain.
Pretty nice player up there going after the ball. Pretty athletic, I'd say. Look at this.
One thing that you were talking about from your perspective, having been around this game a long time and in this conference, You said just sit back and watch these kids play and how hard they will play today. They will go all out because they don't know if they advance. You know, you don't know about postseason play if you lose today.
Well, Northern Iowa does, but if you're Bradley, you probably lose.
Exactly.
Northern Iowa knows at worst they're an NIT.
Cedar got it. 4-0 for the Panthers. He's a good player.
Yes, he is. And his passing out of the post is very, very good.
Ben Jacobson said they give him the green light to shoot threes even. Maniscalco. Good ball movement. Wilson for three. Short. Rebound inside. Won't drop. Dodie Dunson, the junior from Bloomington, Illinois, heads to the line. Closed captioning for this MVC telecast is made possible by Emerson, the global manufacturing and technology company. To learn more, visit emerson.com. Emerson, consider it solved.
Dunson, another good athlete, played at Vincennes Junior College, playing with a sore hand. Got 20 in one ball game. You can't count on him to do that with the hand as it is.
Dunson, a 67% free throw shooting. Mentioned Vincennes and then actually began at Iowa State. The young man, Taylor Brown, is into the game. But Brown really gave them some quality minutes yesterday. He's a freshman out of Atlanta that played only averaging 11 minutes a game, but he's in early for the Bradley Braves. 4-2. Kind of odd that in Arch Madness here on semifinal Saturday, you have 1, 2, 3, and 4 all advanced.
Doesn't usually happen.
No, usually have an upset. Almost had one yesterday in the game that you called with Mitch, with Creighton. What a game that was.
Well, we had almost 2 winners in the last 5 seconds.
One of the great games in the history of this tournament.
Active man defensive pressure here.
Halegba for three. That's no good. It's tipped. Cook has got it.
Cook wants the shot, I believe.
Leans in, contact, no foul. Tipped, and a foul on Cedar. By the way, I had a chance to visit with Ben Jacobson before the game, Coach, this afternoon. I said, how about this three-point line? Did it confuse your kids? He said, we made it a point of emphasis during shoot-arounds and before the game. Look for the black line. Don't play the other line. Look for the black line. And we saw that one of the officials in the game yesterday with Northern Iowa had to go to the scorer's table. They were confused. And he said the one thing we noticed in the 4 games, some of the kids on the sideline were stepping out of bounds because they are not used to seeing an NBA line. Maniscalco can shoot it from NBA range, but that's no good.
Tips away from O'Rear, and that does not happen much. He's really given quality minutes to Northern Iowa.
The 6th man of the year in the conference. Roberts, good look. Nice. The reverse underneath. Taylor Brown. Athletes, Coach.
That is exactly the word I was going to say. Athletic, I guess.
Tied up at 4.
Good ball pressure by Bradley right here. Hard to run an offense if you're Northern Iowa.
Cross-court pass. Travis Brown and a whistle and a foul. And that'll go on Chris Roberts, the junior from Fort Worth, Texas.
And there's what we've talked about all this year long. Well, there's the dribble right here. We're on the other end right now. Look at this pass. That's amazing, and the follow and the finish are excellent. Can't even go back to the earlier point. When you dribble basketball, it's been a point of emphasis for, 5 years? You have to keep your hands off people. Guys still haven't understood that.
Little hand checks.
Yes. Well, it's just a natural reaction to stick your hand out and just get the point of contact.
Drawing contact there, Johnny Moran. Real good-looking freshman for the Panthers. Well, we're underway. Semi-final Saturday. 4-4. Bradley and UNI.
It's all good at Casey's General Stores. Right now, get any large specialty pizza for only $13.99 or any medium specialty pizza for only $12.99.
Casey's, it's all good.
Connecting Missouri with 27,000 miles of power lines means each and every mile must be reliable. Because when the skies turn dark, every mile must show its strength. We're Ameren UE, working every day, improving our delivery system. UE, ratcheting up our routine so you can enjoy undisturbed comfort in yours. Learn how we're improving reliability at uepoweron.com.
It's all good at Casey's General Stores. Right now, get any large specialty pizza for only $13.99 or any medium specialty pizza for only $12.99.
Casey's, it's all good.
Are high tax preparation fees taking away from your tax refund? Quick Tax USA has the affordable tax preparation you've been looking for with RAL loans as quick as 24 hours. Ask about our 2020 friendly referral program. When you refer family or friends to Quick Tax USA, they receive $20 off the cost of their tax return, and you receive $20 referral cash. Refer 5 people, put $100 in your pocket. Go online and print as many coupons as you need. Now with Quick Tax USA. Pekin.
Top 10 reasons to buy at Kaiser Ford. 35 years in business. Small town prices. Big city inventory. Free service loaners. Ford certified mechanics. Centrally located between Bloomington and Peoria. Free 21-point inspection with oil change. We'll find what you're looking for. Extended service agreements. And the #1 reason to buy at Kaiser Ford.
Drive quality, drive smart, drive safe, drive green. Just drive one. Be wiser, buy Geyser.
Just underway, semifinal Saturday in Arch Madness. Stay tuned for the Poor Richards Intermission Report with 2 great St. Louis locations. Penn at 141 in Bowles and in Eureka near 109 in Interstate 44. Poor Richards serves over 2 tons of wings every week. In the stands once again, cheering on her husband and the Panthers of Northern Iowa. Dawn Jacobson. I'm not sure where Tanner and Hunter are. 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. Apparently they get them going with a little cotton candy and they're bouncing off the walls half the time. I have no idea what Dad's doing. Coach of the Year luncheon, Ben Jacobson thanked his family, and his dad made the trip from South Dakota to come on down. And said it's hard to get him off his couch.
I tell you, getting out of South Dakota this time of year, being in this weather, I'd drive.
That's what he said. He said it was warm. Is that an air ball, Coach?
I think he barely grazed the rim. Freshman, first tournament, semifinals.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for that.
Moran in the regular season, not a bad free throw shooter either.
Change the defense here for Northern Iowa. Matching out of the zone. Oh, nice cut.
Outs on the wing. This is Norris.
You have to be afraid of the threes right here after the penetration.
Maniscalco. Oh, great look. Inside in the flush for David Collins. Great pass.
Maniscalco's a really good player.
Sure is.
Danny, he shoots the ball well. He's not afraid to take big shots, tries to guard. And he's just a consummate team.
Bradley with their first lead. O'Rear. Tipped out of bounds. It will stay with the Panthers of Northern Iowa. You were talking about how Jim Les has done it 2 different ways. And when you look at how he won to get to the Sweet 16, Patrick O'Brien was with him, a 7-footer. You know, it really went around him, the offense. And there's the block by Collins. Cook with it. And then he got to the sharpshooters and changed everything up. If you're a fan of the Phoenix Suns, he kind of adopted their system of offense.
A little bit of a force that time by Cook.
Wilson pulled down his second board.
Back to man.
Maniscalco. Got it! Hits the 3.
Credit the big fella with the high screen that time. No help out of Cook.
5-point lead for the Bradley Braves and their fans on their feet.
Nice.
Cook inside and count it. Adam Cook.
A little better angle on the pass. There's Maniscalco's pass. That's where you get in trouble against Bradley if you can't contain the dribbler. See, there's the high screen. No help out of your center. Somebody's got to step up there.
Singh is into the ball game. Just awarded a 6th year next season. Medical reasons, obviously. That's no good, and a foul. And that will go against Northern Iowa's Travis Brown. Substitution, Rodenberg, a junior, seldom used for Northern Iowa, will come into the ball game. 9-6. Arch Madness, coach, you have participated in this as a broadcaster, as a coach, one of the best run tournaments in the country.
It's absolutely.
Darren Wilson and a late whistle and a foul on O'Leary.
But he did get fouled. That's the thing right there. You've got 5 guys on the floor now for Bradley that can dribble. You take the big fella out, and now you're playing with a smaller lineup. Singh's not going anywhere very fast, but he can at least handle the ball. But Wilson is a load for anyone.
If Northern Iowa would get to the championship game, I would just say for conversation's sake, and lose in the championship, they have put themselves on the bubble. No question.
There's no question about that.
But Bradley, they've got to win it. They're now 18-13. If you win the regular season championship and then make it to the championship in your postseason tournament, you've made a statement.
I'd say so. Even though some of our network friends refuse to acknowledge that.
Those are, you know, your colleagues. Coach Bob Knight and some of the other buddies.
Passes. Everybody's a little nervous right now. Look at the defense going on right here with Dunson.
Halegba in the lane. Got it.
Dunson worked so hard that time and still gives up the basket.
11-8 to Bradley. Game 1 of our doubleheader. Semifinal Saturday. Here's Theron Wilson. To Dodie Dunson. An issue with his shooting hand, but Coach Jim Les said that is not a problem at all. Not anymore.
Good job of staying between the man and the basket by Northern Iowa until.
And with 5 on the shot clock, offensive foul.
Nope.
No, they're going to say it's the other way. Wilson initially thought it was offensive foul too, and a push-off. That'll go against the Panthers.
Good defensive stand to that point. See, Northern Iowa's got 2 medium bigs in, and they're again going to have to guard guys like that right there, and that's tough.
So a fresh 35 as we approach 13 minutes to play in our first half. Maniscalco, no good. The Braves, by the way, already in the bonus.
You have to get a little nervous right now if Maniscalco starts hitting those shots, because that's twice the center has not stepped up and helped after the screen.
Coach, Northern Iowa predicted to finish in the middle of the pack of the Valley. Why did they win it?
Defense, I think. Defense was the main thing. And these kids accepted their roles.
Tough shot on the free throw line.
You're right there, man. That's the freshman.
Yeah, Johnny Moran. Well, maybe you just got to have a fadeaway with a hand up instead of 2 free throws. He was at the same spot to hit it there. The other times, barely drew iron.
Watch Northern Iowa not foul on the drive. That's what I like.
Singh inside, and he's fouled. Chance at a 3-point play for the 5th-year senior from Ozark, Missouri.
And that's going to be the 2nd foul on Rodenberg, which means you're probably going to have to come back with either Eggleseder or Cook pretty quick.
Well, Bradley, with their athleticism yesterday, got to the line 27 times.
Well, they'll do that to you. I think Northern Iowa so far has done an exceptional job of moving their feet, but doing that all day gets to be pretty hard to do.
14-10 Bradley. Who could forget an Arch Madness against Missouri State, coach, 1996. Deion Jackson, his buzzer beater.
I was here for the game.
Yes, you were.
Thank heavens I wasn't coaching.
No, you weren't.
I'd have been a grumpy old man for I don't know how long. Hard to run an offense against Bradley. Bradley is really after defense.
Strip underneath.
Nice defense.
Now they've got numbers. Norris. They pulled it back. Good job by Northern Iowa to get back. Dodie Dunson lost it on the way up. Ball is loose. Panthers have it.
A little bit too quick there.
Open look for 3. Off the mark. Look at that. Ripping down his 3rd board.
Great job of running the floor by the red shirts.
And this will be offensive foul.
Probably right. Maniscalco a little bit out of control right
The
now.
freshman Moran took the charge. GMless, the Bradley Braves. They lead it 14-10.
Where can you get the best milk? From Tom, from Russ, from Laura and Maggie.
It comes from all of us.
We're Prairie Farms, and we don't just work for the dairy, we are the dairy, making sure the milk in your child's school, in your stores, and on your table is fresh and healthy, handled with the kind of care that your family deserves.
We are Prairie Farms Dairy.
Ask for us, the farmer-owned dairy.
It might just take a little something different, a break from the norm, ordinary clock ticking the same time, same old with the flick of a switch, a new light, new mood, new tone, new pitch, voila, pleasureful indeed, oh yeah, satisfy my need, alright, how I long to be, my soul on fire, my spirit free, whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah, whoa, whoa.
I know this drill. I rack up a big charge on my credit card. I get a tote bag.
Well, actually, with our points program, you can get gift cards, flat screen TVs, even plane tickets.
How do you get enough points for that?
Oh, all kinds of ways. By using your debit card, your credit cards, checking account.
I don't believe you.
What?
You're messing with me, right?
No, I'm not messing with you.
Can I still get the tote bag?
Absolutely.
It's not just banking. It's National City.
Gatorade presents today's MVC legend, Southern Illinois' Darren Brooks. Brooks, who twice collected 8 steals in a game, owns the Salukis career steals mark with 258 thefts. A back-to-back Larry Bird MVC Player of the Year selection, he also earned Defensive Player of the Year and all-conference honors in 04 and 05. He led SIU to 4 consecutive trips to the NCAA tournament. Gatorade, is it in you? It's a 4-point lead for the 4th seed here in our first semi. Time now for today's Prairie Farms MVC Scholar Athlete of the Game. It's UNI's Adam Cook, a junior from Wisconsin. Cook is a 2009 first-team MVC Scholar Athlete selection. Cook, who has a 3.43 GPA in biology. The Prairie Farms family of dairies, Prairie Farms, Highland, and Roberts Dairies, serving dairy fresh food products throughout Mid-America.
Biology, biomedical for Mr. Cook. Father played basketball at Wisconsin-Stevens Point.
Here you're going to see after the shot. Watch the bigs run now. Look right down the middle of the floor. That's the old Celtic run right there by Singh. And there's the other big man running, just a charge. Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
Great fade.
Coming out of the timeout. And you can steal a basket coming out of the timeout. You feel really good.
A couple of head coaches that were fine players. Ben Jacobson, former guard. There's Theron Wilson, no good. Egglesey to the board. And, of course, Jim Les, who made it to the NBA, Bradley's point guard back in the mid-'80s.
He won the Naismith Award, and he is the best player in the country when he was a senior under 6 foot. Pretty strong.
There's Cook.
He's going to take it to the goal and make somebody worry.
1 and 2. He's got 4 points, 3 rebounds. Shot clock at 11. Alegba with it. To Joe. Too strong. Singh with it. It's almost too easy.
Yeah, it was. Good job of getting to the basket.
This is Roberts. March Madness in St. Louis. Semifinals Saturday.
Good job again defensively moving the feet by Northern Iowa.
Kane wants to pull it. It's a pick. Little crossover. Kicks it. Open look for 3. Yes!
Took the whole shot clock, Danny, to get into a seam and get into a gap. But Bradley was patient, and that's why they've got a 5-point lead right now.
That was Roberts' first points of the afternoon. Junior from Texas. 5-point lead.
Oh, nice.
Steal, but Roberts called for the hold.
I think we're going to have a technical foul also.
The officials today, John Higgins, Jerry Pollard, Mike Sanzier. Coach, that's a who's who.
That's good officials, and I'm sure that Jim just Les just found the wrong verbiage, maybe. Sometimes you really are not mad. You just want to say something, and people don't understand.
That's Jerry Pollard right there, who's from this area. Considered one of the better officials in the country.
He does not assess very many technicals.
By the way, Coach, he's also a former policeman, so don't mess with him.
I know. I'd rather have a technical than having my toes shot off.
Travis Brown goes to the line, hits his third point.
I'm assuming that the technical was on Coach Les and not one of the players.
.9:45 to go. Well, they've had some great players in Bradley's history. Jim Les, part of that history. Percy Hawkins always comes to mind.
Mitchell Anderson.
Yep.
Jim Les, I think, got the benefit of some experience by Mike Sanzier also. Mike went over and let him speak, talk, and you feel better when guys do that.
But from his perspective, he's got to be frustrated now. You're just giving these free points away. It's such a crucial game.
As a coach, you always think you can see every play. You can see his angle. He had the worst angle on the floor. He may have been right, but he had the worst angle.
Panther fans on their feet here at the Scottrade Center. McCain at the head of the key. Gets a pick from Singh.
No help again by Eggleseder then on the screen. That could be an issue at some point.
Maniscalco with it. 10 on the shot clock. Maniscalco. McCain.
Nice.
Open look for three. No good. Tipped. Eggleseder has it. The 7-footer. Initially committed to Greg McDermott, now the head coach at Iowa State. And wanted to stay on because of Ben Jacobson.
One of the things you'll see today by Bradley, all their offensive rebounding is not by the big guys. You'll see guards. They had 4 different guys with an offensive rebound.
The three is up and no good. McCain with it. It's a quick lineup right now for Bradley. Maniscalco, little floater off the glass.
I don't know where guys learn those shots. Now, I know where he learned it, his father. His father was a great player at Bradley. That's a little Chicago move there.
19-16.
High-low look after the high ball screen.
Eggleseder answers.
Nice execution right there of the high-low.
Now you see the nerves have worn off. We're getting to a little flow of this game.
Nice slip right there, fake screen, slip. There's a lot of nice things going on.
Theron Wilson, 15-footer, too strong. He's been quiet so far.
And Eggleseder's doing a good job on the defensive board.
To Joe Ahalegba. On the floor. And that will go against the Bradley Braves. 19-18. Number 4 seed against the number 1 seed in Arch Madness in downtown St. Louis.
Liability, bad. Drinkability, good. Not too heavy, not too light. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
You ready, Axel?
Your dog's one of a kind.
Good boy.
And now, you have the power to help significantly extend his healthy years. A groundbreaking 14-year study by Purina proves that puppy chow, then dog chow nutrition, fed properly over a lifetime,
Ready, Axel?
can help extend his lovable antics up to 1.8 healthy years.
Faster, Axel, faster!
Long live your buddy. Long live your dog. Purina Puppy Chow and Purina Dog Chow.
The Missouri Valley Conference celebrates athletic excellence, bringing you nonstop red-hot collegiate basketball. There's another team in town that we're privileged to support, the Bob Costas Cancer Center at Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. The Cancer Center provides state-of-the-art technology, a child-friendly environment, and compassionate care to children who are diagnosed with cancer and other blood disorders. The Missouri Valley Conference and the Bob Costas Cancer Center. We're here for the kids. Give us a hand.
Hello, I'm Rick Navarre, president of St. Louis-based Peabody Energy, and a proud sponsor of the Missouri Valley Conference. Peabody is the world's largest coal company. Coal is vital to America. It provides half the electricity in the United States and more than 70% in the Missouri Valley region. Peabody fuels electricity needs in 21 countries on 6 continents, and we are a global leader in clean coal solutions, providing affordable energy security and made in America economic stimulus. I invite you to visit us at PeabodyEnergy.com.
Inability, bad.
Ouch.
Drinkability, good. Not too heavy, not too light. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
Scottrade Center in St. Louis, 1918. Bradley leads UNI, the #1 seed. Time now for MVC standings, brought to you by Peabody Energy. Peabody Energy, the world's largest coal company and an innovative growing supplier of low-cost energy. Well, Creighton has a chance to pick up win number 27 this afternoon. Coach, let's talk a little bit about the Blue Jays. If they win and get into the championship game, I think they've done enough, regardless of what happens tomorrow in the championship, to get in.
I don't think there's any question. And it's just like yesterday's game. You can either look at yesterday's game and say, what a great comeback win, or if you're trying to keep somebody out, you say, oh, look, well, they nearly got beat.
Sure.
It's all in your perspective.
There's Cook, the junior, nearly 80% from the free throw line. And really, the landscape of college basketball changed on Wednesday night when you had Kentucky losing, Florida lost, Boston College. I mean, these are all teams that will be on that bubble spot.
And a lot of them lost at home.
Right. We bring that up because that means it could clear a spot for one of these teams here.
Well, I keep hearing people say Georgetown, and I'm thinking they haven't won a game since December 12th.
Right. There's Collins, 2 7-footers going at it. Spinning. Nice shot.
That's nice. I think if you're Ben Jacobson, you say, we'll let him do that all day, bouncing off people and shooting 12, 15-footers.
Talk to people that have been around this tournament for a number of years, the Valley folks, and they say this is their favorite day, the college basketball season. To Joe Ahalegba.
And that's strength right there. He shot through hands. He got bumped a little bit. Some of it he brought on himself, but he got the ball to the goal.
Norris with it. Dunson to Maniscalco. He'll extend the defense on him.
High screen. Good job by Brown defensively. Not so good there.
Dunson may have been fouled, no call. Eggleseder the rebound.
Hard shot. Usually the officials won't bail you out when you do that.
Northern Iowa, their leading scorer, Ahalegba and Cook both have 6. Here's Cook working on the block. In the lane, rattles out. Eggleseder the putback.
The red shirts were there. Forgot to rebound. Thought the ball was in.
Timeout, Bradley.
And I got a hunch Coach Les is going to talk about going after the basketball.
6:18 to play. Coming up at halftime, for Richards, intermission report with 2 great St. Louis locations. Fenton 141 in Bowles and in Eureka near 109 and Interstate 44. For Richards serves over 2 tons of wings every week.
You saw what Cook did that time. Dribbled the ball, backed it in, waiting to see if there'd be a double team. None came, and so he made the play.
Bradley has shot 37%, and Northern Iowa 47%. Let's go back to Cook.
Here it is right here. You can see him watching the guard. The guard fakes but doesn't come. He'll make that shot more than he'll miss it. Credit Eggleseder for going after the basketball there, too.
We saw Northern Iowa, Coach, just a week ago. The Cloud Center, Cedar Falls, as they wrapped up their conference championship. They almost blew that game against Evansville, but then they were able to cut down the nets. First time to do that in the Valley for Northern Iowa.
How many games have we seen this year where a team seemingly had the game in hand and it almost slipped away?
Oh, let's see. How about yesterday, Creighton, Wichita State. Collins, no good. Fights for it, gets it back. Feeds it underneath. And what's the call here? Be a foul on the Panthers, Travis Brown.
Foul before the shot. Brown's probably lucky for that.
So Brown will go to the line. Taylor Brown.
And that's at least 5 offensive boards for the red shirts.
They talk about Brown when he plays, which is only an average of 11 minutes. The fact is he provides them work on the glass, the rebounds. At 13 minutes, Bradley was in the bonus. So you wonder if that could be a key here down the stretch.
Well, Brown, just a freshman out of Texas.
6:03 to go. Hit them both.
During the conference season, he was a 53% shooter.
Right.
You never know where help's going to come from. Zone this time by Bradley. You can see the idea. High ball screens a lot.
I was talking to some of the coaches at the luncheon the other day. I said, what's the makeup of a Cinderella? They said, we need somebody that we don't expect to do much, do a lot. It comes out of nowhere and leads our team. Becomes a scorer. I'm assuming you would agree with that.
I think Cinderella has left the ball. We got people that are playing now that think they ought to be here.
Rebound goes to Moran, the freshman.
Northern Iowa's playing, and I'm sure people have noticed, without Ali Faroukhi. He had picked up 2 early fouls, and he's been sitting and watching.
That's big. Michael Cedar is on the bench right now. A Halegba from the elbow. Yeah, just about missed it all. Braves want to run. No numbers here, though.
Good job of getting back by Northern Iowa.
They've done that all afternoon. 3 up from the corner. Short. A Halegba. Boy, he missed him. He had a man out in front. The rear hands it off to Moran. Freshman was playing with little nerves early on. Takes it inside, may have forced the pass. Northern Iowa gets away with it. Dunham with it. 15 on the shot clock. Fires it to the corner. 3 up, short. Ball loose, fresh 35. But why use that?
Nice.
Dunham.
Dunham made a play right there. Went for the basketball. That's at least twice Northern Iowa has hustle played to get the basketball.
Dunham with 4. 4 minutes to go, first half.
Nice job defensively in handling the high ball screen.
Halegba guarding Maniscalco.
Oh, he didn't.
And offensive foul. Number 2 on Maniscalco. A good one in Arch Madness. 26-23, Northern Iowa.
They got everything.
Not everything.
That's not mine.
Yo, Rich, he said he saw 2 guys earlier. One of them was wearing a jacket.
And how does that help me?
Yo, you covered for this?
I don't know.
How could you not know?
Yo, it's not funny.
This is funny. You know what? You need to call my agent.
You should know you're covered.
Come on, man. It's not mine.
Call one of our 17,000 State Farm agents today.
Combining historic ambiance with modern comforts, the Sheraton St. Louis City Center Hotel and Suites has something for everyone. Spread out in one of our beautifully appointed guest rooms. Relax at our indoor heated swimming pool or grab a bite to eat in Bistro 14, where our chef serves up American-styled entrees. With over 29,000 square feet of meeting space and a ballroom with spectacular views of the downtown skyline, our facilities are the choice for your next event. The Sheraton St. Louis City Center Hotel and Suites. You don't just stay here, you belong.
It is time to come right out with it. To talk freely and openly about my love affair with Proactive Solution.
My breakouts were under the skin, all in this sort of area, and that's the difficult stuff to cover. But, you know, once I started using Proactive, within a week and a half, my skin was completely different, and every day there was just less pimples on my face. Now I have nice skin, so it's good.
Watch your pimples disappear with Proactive's proven 3-step system. And when you call in the next 4 minutes, save 50% on Proactive, just $19.95.
Not only did I get rid of the blemishes, but my actual skin improved.
Proactive works on all ages and all skin types, and it's guaranteed or your money back.
Since using Proactive, I love to touch my face. It's so nice and smooth and pretty. I love it.
Why wait? Call 1-800-908-8300 and get a free upgrade to priority shipping.
Proactive totally saved my skin. It's my skin again, and it feels great.
Road and considers these hotel properties its home away from home. Please call these hotels or visit the websites of these properties when following your favorite team away from home. Coach, this could be crucial right now. Bradley, 4 starters with 2 fouls. McCain, Maniscalco, Wilson, and Roberts. That is big.
And it's very quietly sneaks up on Northern Iowa. Manesh, Travis Brown, who comes off the bench, and Rodenberg, who's giving good minutes, but they all have 3, or have 2, excuse me.
3:51 to go, first half. It's been back and forth from the opening tip. Coming up in game 2, it's the 2nd seed, Creighton against number 3 seeded Illinois State.
Zone probably to hold back on
Cook, nice adjustment to put it off the glass.
The man throwing the ball then was Dunham.
That's the 2nd time they've done that out of the timeout.
And that was Dunham. It wasn't a point guard. That was Dunham throwing the pass.
Well, it looked like it, too. He made a nice adjustment. And Cook now with 8.
Penetration gets a little harder to guard when you get tired.
Into the corner.
High ball screen.
Dunson, too strong, tipped out front, kept alive to Maniscalco.
Big fellow, pretty smart with a tip out there.
Under 3 minutes to go. Maniscalco for 3. They needed that.
High ball screen. Someone must step up and help. He's going to shoot the thing.
He's got 8. He is a tough player.
That's a good play.
The Bradley fans get back into it. 2-point lead for the Panthers.
For Northern Iowa, you have to think, man, if we had just rebounded that basket.
That's right. It was kept alive by Collins. He tipped it out front. 15 on the shot clock. Agleseder wants it. They don't give it to him.
It's going to be easier to double out of the zone.
Cook against the 7-footer. Yes!
Hard shot.
He's in double figures with 10.
This last 2 minutes is huge for both teams.
Good play off Brown. Let him shoot that 3 if he wants it. A leg bump. Very good defenders all over Maniscalco now.
High ball screen.
Here's Brown underneath. Oh my goodness!
Oh my!
Spun it off the glass. A freshman, folks.
How many times have you done that in the backyard and not made it?
Hard to say. Tried that about 100 different times and wouldn't make it. And Brown, quality minutes, picks up the loose ball, and then a foul, and then it'll go on Moran. A chance to tie or take the lead, and this possession for Bradley. Let's go back to the freshman.
This move right here, that was a hard play. I'm telling you, that's a hard play.
Coach, I believe you. Wow.
Well, he passed English right there.
Goodness. Maniscalco goes to the line. I talked about it earlier. He was 14 of 14 yesterday. One of the greatest free throw performances in tournament history. Gillingham and Coleman also with very good performances. And with this free throw made, he could tie it up at 30 with 1:20 to play.
Well over 80% in the conference, and that's not counting his 14 for 14.
Automatic. Tied up at 30 in Arch Madness.
Well, this is what you expect. Everybody up. If this goes according to Hoyle, it'll be 2-1 in possessions. for the white shirts if they don't shoot it too quick.
Cook fouled by Norris.
And Norris is one of the few with only one foul.
Spoon, we just saw that layup by Taylor Brown.
Yes, we did.
Do you remember his dad, Ricky Brown?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, first-round selection by Golden State back in 1980.
His dad was a little more of a banger.
Played at Mississippi State, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Missed by Cook.
You don't expect that out of a man that makes about 80%.
2 of 4 from the free throw line today. And that one falls, so 1:04 to go. Good ball game.
Very good game. Well played. Guys know what they're doing.
A Legbo whistle for the foul. Let's check in with Tom Ackerman.
Dan, the coach brought this up earlier, Ali Farouk-Manesh being out of the game. This is something to watch in the second half, his return to the floor. He hasn't taken a shot in this game. He has 2 fouls. He was 3 of 4 from three-point range yesterday against Indiana State. He's been very good against Bradley, 7 for 15 beyond the arc this season, and few players can ignite this team like Farouk-Manesh. His teammate Adam Cook says we're never lacking confidence when Ali is a great shooter, and we don't have to do much to keep his confidence high. He knows he can shoot it. That's something to watch in the second half, guys.
All right, Tom, thanks. Yeah, you think about if you're dealing with a deficit, you've got a sharpshooter like Farouk-Manesh that gets you back in the game very quickly.
I thought yesterday his 3 that he hit to extend the lead to 5 was the biggest shot of the game.
Yep.
Then he hit the free throws on top of that.
So Bradley leads it 32-31, 55.5 seconds left to go in the first half. Coming up in game number 2 of our doubleheader, semifinal Saturday, Illinois State and Creighton. Illinois State, last time I looked, they've got some pretty good guards now, Coach.
Oh, my. Woo. Well, they're athletic just as Bradley is athletic. I tell you, when Osiris Eldridge gets running the floor, he just absolutely has a gear that I don't think very many people have.
Jump out of the gym, too.
He's got company. There's 2 or 3 guys that can do that.
That's a good look.
Having trouble with staying away.
32-31. We'll look at the Scottrade Center and Ben Jacobson. Cool customer over there, very calm. You know, I've yet to see him in his tenure as head coach, you know, lose his cool over there. Never.
Old point guard.
And you do take on the personality of your head coach as a team.
See if they use high ball screens again.
Flashing. O'Rear lost it, but a foul. And that is Brian Lavin, a senior out of Peoria. Whistled for that foul. He's getting a little playing time here because they're foul trouble here in the first half.
I'm sure when he got up this morning, he was probably not expecting to play in the first half of this ball game.
No.
And with it being a 1-point game.
Bradley, of course, quest for a 3rd all-time MVC tournament championship. Haven't won since '88.
Free throws have not been the friend of Northern Iowa so far today.
I mentioned before how Northern Iowa won their first ever regular season championship, but in the postseason lately they've been very good here in Arch Madness. And now Bradley, you would presume, could play for the final shot. About a difference of a second from the game clock to the shot clock.
The thing you don't want to do if you're either team is pick up a silly foul at this point. Oh, double team. How about that?
15 seconds. Tied up at 32. Jim Les says, let's go, run it.
Good help.
Norris kicks it to the wing. Lavin for 3. No. Cook the rebound. And that'll do it. First half comes to a close. Entertaining first half of play. Bradley shoots 35%. Northern Iowa shoots 48%. Number 1 against number 4 in Arch Madness here at the Scottrade Center in downtown St. Louis. Tied up at 32. Let's check in with Tom Ackerman. Tom.
Coach, a good first half. Tied up. Your thoughts on the first 20 minutes?
Well, I thought both teams did some good things. I mean, some guys made some shots. Both teams were awfully aggressive and double bonus pretty early, but that went both ways. And I think just because both teams were so aggressive.
Good luck in the second half. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Our chat with the coach is brought to you by Mercy Health Plans, an innovative health management company empowering members to make healthy choices. The way we care makes all the difference. Mercy Health Plans. 20 minutes in the books. Game 1 of our doubleheader. The Poor Richards halftime report is here. We're tied up at 32. Scott Warman coming up after this brief timeout.
Fouling. I thought when we had patience on offense, we got some great looks at the basket. We got to get back to patience. When we were rushed, took some early shots, I thought that led into some good offense for them.
Good luck out there. Thank you.
Our chat with the coach is brought to you by Mercy Health Plans, an innovative health management company empowering members to make healthy choices. The way we care makes all the difference. Let's take a look at the leading scores. Maniscalco with 12 and Adam Cook for Northern Iowa with 11. But back to the original point, though, Coach, before we were so rudely interrupted by the visit with Jim Les. Of course, you didn't have to do it this time.
I know, and
you're very happy.
He's very happy, too.
But this was a hard-fought first half after 20 minutes, and that's really what we expected.
I don't think there are any surprises in this at all. Maybe the fact that there had been a little more zone play, but that was due to the foul trouble. I just think this second half, if people can stay away from getting quick fouls, then that's the team's probably going to take over.
You have to love having a third and fourth member of our broadcast crew. You don't have to break early and go over and interview the coaches.
I know, and thinking up questions to ask, because I remember all those questions, and I remember how dumb my answers sounded. Now I've got dumb questions to go with.
Arch Madness here in St. Louis. Game 2 is coming up just around the corner. And in Game 2, it'll be Creighton and Illinois State. Let's review the scores around the Valley. Brought to you by Casey's General Stores, convenience stores, and a whole lot more. So this gets you somewhat caught up to date. This is yesterday. 73-69 Northern Iowa to advance. Bradley beat Southern Illinois, fell behind early, but then really dominated that game. Creighton on the Wood Fox game-winning shot as time expired. A thriller, 63-62. They lived to see another day. And then Illinois State over Evansville, 78-68. Really felt that Marty Simmons' club, though, played hard last night.
No question about it. They've played hard all year. His kid's bought into what he wants, and I think they've made great strides. I think Indiana State's made strides. League ought to be really, really good next year, Dave.
The talk, though, of the Valley last night was game number 3 and how it finished up. The play of the year, Booker Woodfox beats the clock.
Man.
What a play.
When you're a young man, you're out in the backyard shooting, and you always make those, or you shoot them till you finally do.
He was saying earlier this week that no matter if there's a scheduled practice, whatever the case may be, he's going to shoot. And he was actually on a conference call, and he said, guys, I got to get going. I got to go to the gym and shoot.
Well, if I could
love to hear that.
Well, why wouldn't you? That'd be like a guy that can hit a baseball. He'd say, well, sure, I want to go bat. I don't want to try to catch those grounders.
Right. Northern Iowa, first possession of our second half, and here we go.
Zone look again, first rattle out of the box. Probably a good idea. Force somebody to take a shot from out on the floor.
Manesh is out there. This is the starting 5 that they had to begin our game. Cook.
Nice. Oh,
Eggleseder underneath.
That's a tough pass. Good catch by Eggleseder.
Eggleseder with 8 for the Panthers. First 5 minutes of the game, Coach, was a little bit sketchy in the fact that some of these young guys were a little bit nervous.
I don't blame them.
Should be worn off by now, though.
Both teams go right to the big men to start.
They got numbers here. Moran is there in the front court. Got him.
Hard angle on that play. Nice pass, nice catch by Moran.
4-point lead for the Panthers and a 4-0 run here in the first 50 seconds.
game like this, you hate it if the other team gets an easy basket.
It was too hard to come by.
Oh, my.
Collins, 7-footer doing that. You don't mind seeing that one bit.
I think we're going to have a warning here about bumping into each other. Those guys are both trying to rebound. They just kind of got tangled up in it.
Underway here in the second half. 36-34, Northern Iowa. The winner heads to the championship tomorrow. Eggleseder trying to line drive it in. And that will be Northern Iowa ball. What a great play by Cook.
Cook's turned into an all-around player, Danny. Not just a guy that can shoot a ball. He's a hustler. He's just smart plays. That's a smart play.
Legbod, no good. Rebound, Theron Wilson.
And one of the few quick shots either team will take.
Here's McCain, speaking of quick. Oh, my goodness! You've got to be kidding me!
You're going to have to work on some descriptive words, kid, because they're making some shots.
Oh. How did that go? He just threw it up there.
I swear. That's 2 of those with spin. I'd like to see the after practice games these guys are playing.
To Joe Ahalegbad. Baruch Manesh may have forced it. No good.
Oh, what a nice
by
tip.
Cook.
What a nice play by Cook.
That's a couple of times, Coach, where it didn't quite come down while he was timing it and still made the adjustment to tip it back in. Just a good player.
Just a good player, absolutely. Switching on the dribble action.
Nice by Collins.
Man.
You can see he's definitely quicker than Eggleseder. And he's using that to his advantage.
He faked, got open, came back, faked again, and finally shot the thing in.
We're tied up at 38. What a way to start here the second half.
Cleared side.
Fans wanted to travel, and I think they're going to get it. They do.
A lot of people in red shirts here today, and look at this move. Man, defense there, contact, body control. Whew.
Here's the tip by Cook.
Yeah. That was a hard tip right there.
38 all in Arch Madness. Game 1 of our doubleheader.
High ball screens. That's tough on the defender.
McCain. Theron Wilson.
Look at this.
Body foul.
Close.
Boy, if you're Bradley, you have to be very pleased in the fact that Wilson, you'll see here, he draws contact, only 2 points, and yet you're tied.
You can see there also, it looked at first blush that it might have been a charge. As you look at it again, referees are right.
Yep.
Too often, the referees are right.
There's Maniscalco.
Oh, nice.
Cook the block.
Smart way to throw the ball back in. Don't just flip it in.
Wow, is that deep? Moran forced the 3.
I think the word force is the operative word. Oh, and steal.
Looks up for it, though. Here he goes against Maniscalco. Finishes.
Nice job. About the only thing you can do if you're Maniscalco is if you can get an angle and run to the basket, turn and try to get a charge.
Maniscalco. McCain, now Wilson.
All these guys are fresh.
Yes.
Everybody's quick today.
Dodie Dunson for 3. Rattles out. O'Rear. The rebound and a foul underneath. A good one. Here in the second half. Arch Madness. Cook with the block for Northern Iowa. The Panthers, the #1 seed. They lead it by 2.
Everything worth listening to is now on Sirius XM. 69 commercial-free music channels. The most talk, news, and entertainment. Every major sport. New programming, new choices, new prices. Over 130 channels. Add the best of Sirius to your XM subscription or the best of XM to your Sirius subscription free for 3 months. Hear what over 35 million listeners can't get enough of. Sirius XM.
The Missouri Valley Conference celebrates athletic excellence, bringing you nonstop red-hot collegiate basketball. There's another team in town that we're privileged to support, the Bob Costas Cancer Center at Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. The Cancer Center provides state-of-the-art technology, a child-friendly environment, and compassionate care to children who are diagnosed with cancer and other blood disorders. The Missouri Valley Conference and the Bob Costas Cancer Center. We're here for the kids. Give us a hand.
Hello, I'm Rick Navarre, president of St. Louis-based Peabody Energy and a proud sponsor of the Missouri Valley Conference. Peabody is the world's largest coal company. Coal is vital to America. It provides half the electricity in the United States and more than 70% in the Missouri Valley region. Peabody fuels electricity needs in 21 countries on 6 continents, and we are a global leader in clean coal solutions, providing affordable energy security and made in America economic stimulus. I invite you to visit us at peabodyenergy.com.
Today's MVC Flashback, a presentation of Coventry GHP, showcases the only overtime title game in St. Louis in State Farm MVC championship history. Second seed Northern Iowa raced to a 7-point halftime lead behind the play of turning most outstanding player Ben Jacobson. But Missouri State rallied in the second half to tie it at 51. Both teams scored 11 in overtime, and Jacobson took over, and Northern Iowa had its first Arch Madness title 79-74. Coventry GHP, because your employees deserve a better health plan. Welcome back to the Scottrade Center. Number 1 and number 4 doing battle here in our first semifinal. Time now for today's Dayton MVC history, which is brought to you by the Sheraton St. Louis City Center Hotel. 1994, despite 25 points for most outstanding player Cam Johnson of UNI, Southern Illinois received a total of 34 from Chris Carr and Marcus Timmons during a 74-71 victory over the Panthers in the finals. The Sheraton St. Louis City Center. You don't just stay here, you belong.
Thank you, Scott. Looking forward to game number 2, Illinois State and Creighton. Those two split in the regular season. Creighton got thumped on the road 86-64 just a week ago. Held on by 4 to wrap up a championship. Co-champions with Northern Iowa as they beat Illinois State at home.
Illinois State played 2 really good ball games the last week of the year and had nothing to show for it except losses.
3 up for Baruch Manesh. No. Kept alive by Northern Iowa. O'Rear stepped on the baseline. It looked like he traveled, but they said he stepped on the baseline before he traveled. Either way, Coach, going back the other way.
The other direction. And that was zone, and I'm sure the zone's going to be something you're going to need with all the foul trouble.
Fans who saw that replay said, wait a minute here. Collins, no good. Cook the rebound.
Mesh has had a couple of looks for baskets and hasn't hit them. A little wrestling on the inside there.
15 minutes to go.
Excuse me, Danny. You can't force it. If you've had to sit on the bench with fouls, you can't force the game. Good hands. That could have been foul number 3 on Maniscalco.
Well, we should point out Theron Wilson is playing now with 3 fouls.
And the zone gives him a chance to do that, although you can still get fouls rebounding and offensive.
So look at Travis Brown and now his head coach. 3 up, got it. Cook.
Telling you, he has really, really become an all-around really good player.
Inside to Collins, he gives it up, and a flush by Wilson. They needed that, and maybe he needs that to get going.
That's just athleticism right there. That's guys moving fast, making plays. You don't draw that one up.
Northern Iowa by 3. Offensive foul.
There's the move. You think there's a shot? Nope. Pass.
Quick. Boy, he just got up there in a hurry.
That's movement without being involved on the basketball. That's good play.
3-point lead for Northern Iowa.
In every game in this tournament, someone acts like they're going to get away, and they can't ever do it.
Inside the arc by Wilson, no good. Rebound, Travis Brown, the senior for the Panthers.
Oh my, illegal screen right there.
And no argument from Ben Jacobson at all. The fans going crazy, but not Ben.
Well, when you see this one, it's not hard to find it.
That's his first. Leaned in a little bit. The shoulder was there.
Leaned in a lot. Well, he knows it. He's a very bright young man to go with being a good basketball player. Those are the things that keep you from getting away. Turn it over, go get a shot.
Jody Dunson inside to Collins, the 2 7-footers.
Well, if he'd hit that now, I'd have thought this is his day.
Little hesitation.
Go.
He did it. Nice.
Good crossover dribble. Telling you, just a basketball play.
5-point lead for the Panthers.
But this is where it stopped every time, baby. It's at 5. Nobody can get any further along than that.
You see the Panthers shooting 50%. You know, Ben Jacobson at halftime yesterday was asked about the game against Indiana State. He said, look, we're playing very well. Give them some credit.
Well, no one ever does. Everybody always says, what's wrong with you guys? Uh-oh.
Down to 3.
Good job defensively.
Tipped, kept alive by Bradley. Then the block and a foul. A push underneath. Dunson active for Bradley.
And who gets the rebound? Not the biggest guy on the floor, but Dodie Dunson.
That's on Eggleseder. That's his second personal.
And that's 2 offensive rebounds right there. That's 2 possessions you wouldn't have. Richard Gard has just absolutely gone in and fought for it.
Dealing with an issue with his shooting hand, but they say it should not be a problem. Beats the free throw. 67% coming into Arch Madness from the charity stripe out of Bloomington, Illinois. The junior, Baruch Manesh in, a rear out along with Halegba. Dodie Dunson, a co-captain along with Maniscalco. Cuts it to 3. Darian Norris back in for the Braves. You're exactly right, Coach. Northern Iowa just can't extend the lead.
That's it. Oh, for a rebound. My kingdom for a rebound. That's what you feel like. Trying to play without your normal point guard right here may be a little bit of an issue for Northern Iowa.
Baruch Manesh. Moran gets it. Tough shot, no good. Tipped. The Braves have it.
That's a hard shot. Now you're back where 3 ties it.
Fans on their feet for the Bradley Braves. As Scottrade is starting to fill up as folks get ready for game number 2. Samsing with it, gives it back to Maniscalco.
Thing was good there, did not move on that screen.
Maniscalco, almost a turnover. Roberts has it, nice feed. Inside the finish, they're within 1. Brown had the finish underneath.
Nearly a steal and a run out. That would have excited the crowd from Northern Iowa. As it is, here we go again.
3 up. No good. Moran the rebound and a fresh 35. In the corner, the senior buries it. Travis Brown.
Only senior on the ball club. Big basket right there.
4-point lead.
Nice job by Eggleseder coming out after the high screen.
Mismatch here. Norris to answer. No good. Tipped. Moran had it. Lost it. And it's back to Northern Iowa. Arch Madness in St. Louis. Number 1 against number 4. And a 4-point lead for the Panthers.
Conventional wisdom says a full-flavored beer can't be low in calories. Budweiser Select is anything but conventional. Full flavor, 99 calories. Budweiser Select, the exception to the rule.
Combining historic ambiance with modern comforts, the Sheraton St. Louis City Center Hotel and Suites has something for everyone. Spread out in one of our beautifully appointed guest rooms. Relax at our indoor heated swimming pool or grab a bite to eat in Bistro 14, where our chef serves up American-styled entrees. With over 29,000 square feet of meeting space and a ballroom with spectacular views of the downtown skyline, our facilities are the choice for your next event. The Sheraton St. Louis City Center Hotel and Suites. You don't just stay here, you belong.
How can a game this frustrating be this rewarding? And how can a beer this full-flavored be just 99 calories? Budweiser Select.
Why buy your next vehicle from Geyser Ford in Roanoke? Because of our incredible selection. We have over 200 new and used vehicles in stock. Looking for a four-wheel or all-wheel drive pickup or SUV? Come on in and see our inventory of the 09 F-150s or the all-new Ford Flex. Want something that gets great gas mileage? Check out the fuel-efficient Ford Focus.
Geyser Ford, small-town dealer, small-town prices with big city inventory. Drive safe, drive smart, drive quality, drive green. Just drive one. Be wiser. Bye, Geyser.
Introducing an exciting site on the net, RecRoom.com. RecRoom.com, a premier site built just for you who enjoy local sweepstakes, promotions, games, and more. It's your it guide to local events, sports, and happenings. Plus, get a better shot at winning by entering our awesome local sweepstakes and promotions.
Go to RecRoom.com to enter to win a night with the Doobie Brothers. This grand prize package includes 4 tickets to the concert, dinner for 4 at Central Station, and a limo ride courtesy of Elegant Limousine.
The final score tonight.
Scottrade Center in St. Louis, 48-44, Arch Madness, the Missouri Valley Conference postseason tournament. And fans can save big by stopping by at any participating St. Louis area Taco Bell restaurant and picking up a coupon good for $12 off of any single session ticket to the 09 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Tournament. The Taco Bell Takedown. Let's check in with Tom Ackerman.
You know, Bradley Sam Singh, you were talking about him earlier. He recently announced he's coming back for a 6th season. It's rare that the NCAA will grant a 6th year, but Singh has had numerous injuries in his college career, some of which required operations. And Singh had a great setting for his announcement. Senior night at Carver Arena. On hand for that announcement, a big crowd that was thrilled to hear the news. And after Bradley beat Drake in a double overtime, he gave it to him. And he also had a great game. Career highs in points, rebounds, and minutes in that game. So the 6'9" center from Ozark, Missouri will be back next season at Bradley.
Brown for 3, no good. And Singh was guarding Eggleseder on that last possession. There are times when that is the right move by the NCAA to award another year, and certainly this is one of them.
I would say so. Absolutely. He's had shoulder surgery, 2 knee surgeries.
He's a big body and a valuable guy for Jim Les. UNI just cannot pull away. Bradley shooting 36%, Northern Iowa at 48%. Seeing 3-point field goals overall.
Northern Iowa's been good scoring coming out of timeouts, but usually it involves Cook, and he was not in the game.
Roberts no good. Thrown into the seats and back to Northern Iowa.
That's a rule I wish they'd change. I wish they'd say you can't throw the ball and hit the opponent.
I really do. It bothers you.
It bothers me. You can't do it in international ball.
What about the bailout on the timeouts, which they've changed?
They changed, and I think that was right.
Yeah. What if it was one of your Missouri State players that was being bailed out?
We never did that.
That's a 3. Kerwin Dunham.
Dunham's been big in this game. He's had assists, hit shots.
Seven-point lead. Here's Singh.
With Maniscalco out, you wonder who's going to be the man that steps up and makes the play here.
You were saying during the timeout, they got to find a way to get him the ball. Collins is also out. Singh throws it over to his bench. Cook, Halagba checking in for Northern Iowa. And the Panther fans on their feet. timeout.
Smart
taken by
timeout.
Bradley.
Smart timeout right there.
Can UNI start to pull away the #1 seed in Arch Madness?
And Maniscalco.
You know, it's not all fun and games when you're a mascot. Every year I find myself where the season always ends meets the bills never stop. You know that place where you realize even a squirrel can't live off peanuts? Well, maybe you don't, but believe me, I'm there.
Here's a way to score on savings.
Nice.
Switch your car insurance to State Farm. You'll save big, plus get a payment plan that fits your budget. Call, click, or visit and start saving today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You know I wear this everywhere.
If I were you, I'd expect lavish guest rooms and gorgeous lake views from a Four Diamond hotel. If I were you, I'd expect to be entertained, wined, and dined. And if I so choose, pampered by day or exhausted by night. And if I were you, I'd want it all. Very close, yet seemingly far away. Chateau on the Lake Resort and Spa. More than you expect. Closer than you think.
Connecting Missouri with 27,000 miles of power lines means each and every mile must be reliable. Because when the skies turn dark, every mile must show its strength. We're Ameren UE, working every day, improving our delivery system. UE, ratcheting up our routine so you can enjoy undisturbed comfort in yours. Learn how we're improving reliability at uepoweron.com.
I always told them I'd take them on a trip around the world. I just didn't tell them we'd do it all in a weekend. It's all within reach at ExploreSt.Louis.com.
Regular season champs trying to pull away from the 4th seed here in game 1 of our semifinal Saturday doubleheader. Time now for today's MVC trivia question, which is brought to you by the Hilton at the Ballpark. For your next trip to St. Louis, stay in the center of it all. The Hilton at the Ballpark, located next to Busch Stadium. Who is the last Larry Bird Player of the Year recipient to win Turning Most Outstanding Player honors? You don't have to go back that far. The miracle run by Drake. What a magical season for the Bulldogs and Adam Emenecker. And I remind you, for more information at the Hilton at the Ballpark, go to ExperienceSt.Louis.com.
All right, Scott, thanks. Adam Emenecker, by the way, is playing over in Germany professionally. 7, the largest lead by either team. UNI on a 6-0 run right now with the ball.
Man defense, which Bradley is probably a lot more comfortable playing.
And that's a foul. Edward McCain, the freshman from Louisiana, whistled for the foul. 51-44, 9:07 to go. McCain now picks up his 3rd personal, and fouls have been a story here for the Braves.
No question about that. It's forced them into a zone that they probably have played a little more than they'd like. Also, it's forced them into having people sit on the bench and watch. Of course, that's been both ball clubs have had that problem.
Joe on a leg belt.
Good basketball player.
Seeing his name, I never would have thought it was Kajo Alegba when I first saw it. Of course, you knew that, Coach. Wilson gets it blocked. A whistle and a foul. And be on the floor, and that will go against Dunham of Northern Iowa. Looking forward to game number 2, Illinois State and Creighton. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Inbound comes to Singh.
Maniscalco is going to hunt a shot and probably hit it. Well, he didn't.
Not that time, but the offensive board. Wilson in the lane, right at Cook, and Cook held his ground. He was drilled in the mouth.
Good job of not fouling. High ball screen. You've got to think high-low here in a minute. Oh.
8:29 to play. You would think, Coach, that Bradley's got one more run in him, right?
Oh, yeah. I would think so, absolutely. little difference in the foul totals. That's only the third foul in about 11.5 minutes this half on Bradley. Only 4 on Northern Iowa.
Dunham will inbound.
When the double high comes, it usually ends up with a high-low look.
Halegba, tough shot.
Oh. Double digits for the first time.
55-44. Singh finds the cutter. Maniscalco.
Great cut. Great cut by Maniscalco.
Well, how good is he going to be before it's all said and done? Only a sophomore.
Very good right now. He makes big plays, Danny. That's the thing about him. He's just a sophomore, but he makes the big plays.
Halegba gets it stripped. The quick hands of Dodie Dunson. Maniscalco. McCain wide open for 3. Short. Dunson the rebound. Leads it for Theron Wilson, and he flushed it.
That's one of the few times that the guards didn't rebound for Northern Iowa. For Oakmanesh, forgot to go rebound and ends up costing the offensive rebound.
Ben Jacobson takes a timeout.
Hey, there's more good plays made down around the goal. Here's your rebound. For Oakmanesh, headed the other way. People move on Bradley's team when the ball is active, and they're active, and that's how they end up with this.
7-point lead, 55-48. Number 1 against number 4 here in Arch Madness at the Scottrade Center in St. Louis. Coming up, number 2 Creighton against number 3 Illinois State following the Poor Richards intermission report. I've heard that Creighton travels pretty well, by the way.
Creighton travels pretty well. They'll
load it up.
They'll load it up. Illinois State also.
Oh, yeah.
So this is going to be, it's going to get noisy. I thought last night, Danny, our ball game we had with the Wichita State fans and Creighton, I thought was the noisiest that I can remember in it.
I happen to agree with you, especially early on, and then obviously with the finish. But with Illinois State, you would figure some of their fans will make that trek about 2:45 away from St. Louis, knowing that they've got a game today. Maybe they had to work yesterday, couldn't get here, so Saturday changes things a little bit.
See what Northern Iowa's got planned here. There's a pretty good plan.
Trying to go inside to Cook. Oh, Wilson, almost a steal. Cook up and under.
Well, if that one goes in.
We'll step aside, and even 7 to play. 55-48. Panthers with the lead.
It's all good at Casey's General Stores. Right now, get any large specialty pizza for only $13.99 or any medium specialty pizza for only $12.99.
Casey's, it's all good.
You ready, Axel?
Your dog's one of a kind.
Good boy.
And now, you have the power to help significantly extend his healthy years. A groundbreaking 14-year study by Purina proves that puppy chow, then dog chow nutrition, fed properly over a lifetime,
Ready, Axel?
can help extend his lovable antics up to 1.8 healthy years.
Faster, Axel, faster!
Long live your buddy. Long live your dog. Purina Puppy Chow and Purina Dog Chow.
It's all good at Casey's General Stores. Right now, get any large specialty pizza for only $13.99 or any medium specialty pizza for only $12.99.
Casey's, it's all good.
Public schools all over America lack the tools to help kids.
Why buy your next vehicle from Geyser Ford in Roanoke? Because of our incredible selection. We have over 200 new and used vehicles in stock. Looking for a 4-wheel or all-wheel drive pickup or SUV? Come on in and see our inventory of the 09 F-150s or the all-new Ford Flex. Want something that gets great gas mileage? Check out the fuel-efficient Ford Focus.
Geyser Ford, small-town dealer, small-town prices with big city inventory. Drive safe, drive smart, drive quality, drive green. Just drive one. Be wiser. Bye, Geyser.
Introducing an exciting site on the net, RecRoom.com. RecRoom.com, a premier site built just for you who enjoy local sweepstakes, promotions, games, and more. It's your it guide to local events, sports, and happenings. Plus, get a better shot at winning by entering our awesome local sweepstakes and promotions.
Go to RecRoom.com to enter to win a night with the Doobie Brothers. This grand prize package includes 4 tickets to the concert, dinner for 4 at Central Station, and a limo ride courtesy of Elegant Limousine.
Global manufacturing and technology company. To learn more, visit Emerson.com. Emerson, consider it solved. 55-48 our score. You see the fouls and the timeouts. Maniscalco has led the way for Bradley. He has 14 points and 4 of 9 shooting from the floor, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. In the tournament now, Maniscalco 18 of 18 from the line. For Northern Iowa, their leading scorer, Adam Cook, 16 points on 6 of 9 from the floor. And Halegba has 12. Those two in double figures. He's 5 of 12.
And the guy coming off the bench, it's really helped. Of course, O'Rear has been good all year, but Dunham today was 7 points and 3 assists.
So Cook at the line. Little strong. Northern Iowa from the free throw line now 10 of 16. Bradley really kept them in the game. They're perfect, 13 of 13.
And Cook is 3 of 6.
Hits that one. Under 7 to go in game 1 of our doubleheader. And that'll be a foul. And that'll go on Moran.
And that means that Bradley starts shooting free throws.
Right. The Bradley Braves, 71% free throw shooting team. They were second in the Valley in attempts coming into Arch Madness.
I mean, not a great free throw shooter. In conference play, about 65%.
And their first miss of the afternoon.
Everything seems magnified from this point on.
Yes, every possession so important. O'Rear is in the game. Eggleseder is out.
1-on-1.
Oh, and body foul.
By moving over at the post as O'Rear did, he just moved about 2 steps, cleared a path to the basket, although it wasn't quite as clear.
No. McCain now with 4.
Hate to get a foul and get knocked down, too.
Northern Iowa, coach, should be used to these kind of games. It seemed like every night was a close game.
Yeah.
Just about every regular season game was tight.
The man with the ball has won a couple of them. The freshman just shooting one in at the end. Against the zone, Northern Iowa's using the high screen and trying to just get around and get some penetration.
Cook out to pick. Halegba with 6. Finds Cook, head of the key. The three.
Didn't panic, Danny. Neither panic. Neither Cook nor Halegba. Big basket there.
Lead at 11. O'Rear whistled for the foul. Tom Ackerman, what do you have?
Dan, you just mentioned Northern Iowa playing in close games. 12 of the Panthers' last 13 games have been decided by single digits. Kajoa Halegba, after the win over Indiana State yesterday, said the team's experience being in those close games has really helped them. They were down 6 with less than 10 minutes to go, but rallied to victory yesterday. Halegba says we've been in all types of games this year. Overtime, we've won overtime. We're used to situations like that. Says you don't want to put yourself in that situation, obviously, but it's happened, and we've taken care of it.
All right, Tom, thanks. Theron Wilson at the line. Well short. Eggleseder the rebound. Well, Ben Jacobson, early this season, before they went on that long run, Moran, yes.
The roll.
He said, Coach, and I'm sure you can appreciate this, he said, we had guys that could handle the basketball the last 2 or 3 years that played roughly 65 to 70 games with each other. This group is just learning to play with each other. It's going to take time. If people have patience, I think we're going to be okay. And then right after that, they started winning a bunch of ball games.
Early on, it had to be nerve-wracking. There's the cut again. Dribble penetration, excuse me, Danny. Dribble penetration, and instead of standing and watching, movement by the Bradley players. That's hard to teach.
Theron Wilson has seen most of his points on dunks. 6 of his 8 have been on flushes.
And that's because he's active. He doesn't just stand in one spot and watch the game. He moves around.
Score by half. It was 32 all after 20 minutes, and now the Panthers in the second half have outscored Bradley 29-18. Still plenty of time in this game. 5:11 to go.
Fouls are an issue a little bit. Northern Iowa has come out lucky with their 2 free throw attempts that they have given Bradley, because Bradley's failed to convert. Northern Iowa's got 2 more fouls before they get themselves to the line.
5:11 to play. Game 1 of our doubleheader semifinal Saturday in Arch Madness here at the Scottrade Center. 11-point lead for the #1 seed. They barely escaped yesterday, just sneaking by Indiana State.
Pressure's going to extend. This is going to be interesting to see. Looks like it's just going to stay man now.
Here's Cook, matched up with Wilson.
Oh, we had a little bump there. A couple of little bumps. Game's getting a little chippy right now.
Sure is.
Well, that's what happens. You have to do that. The game has to, the tempo has to pick up defensively for Bradley right now. They need stops and they need steals.
And that's going to frustrate you too. You're just about at 10 seconds on the shot clock and you pick up that foul. So fresh 35 put up there. Of course, time now very, very important down the stretch. 4:47 to play.
Watch Dunson and Alegaba, because that's a pretty good little wrestling match.
There they are matched up right now. Dunson on the ball.
New shot clock. There's 30 on it.
So push off, and then there's the whistle. And that's what Dunson is saying to the official. Hold on here. I'm coming back after being pushed.
I do believe he thinks he was pushed. And
Coach, I love doing games with you because I'll bring up that point, and then you just kind of lean back and say, I don't want to talk about this. I'm not touching this thing.
Discretion becomes
just
a better
leave me out there.
I thought you looked good out there, I thought. Well, he did get pushed.
You see the officials afterwards. Dan, wait a minute. What are you saying? Coach Spoon was on our side. Where are you at?
Well, he may have made a little contact before he got pushed. That may have been the thought.
A little. 13-point lead.
Hard to come back on Northern Iowa because they defend so well.
Right.
Bradley is not shooting threes.
Wilson forcing it, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2. Now a stop play with 4:22 to go. This last 4:22 for Northern Iowa is going to seem like an eternity.
You just said stop play, and that's really what Bradley needs to do, score with the clock off. They need to hit their free throws now. They have not shot threes well. They were 3 of 15 going into that last possession.
It's the first.
I'm sure the press will come, and I'm sure it's going to pick up a little bit in intensity as we go.
What a good player Theron Wilson is.
Yes, he certainly is.
Led their team in points, rebounding, steals. Overshadowed last year, Jim Les was telling me, but you know, they love what obviously he's done this year. First team all MVC.
Well, if you're Northern Iowa, you want to extend the possession, but you don't want to go too far. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
look at that.
Chance at a 3-point play.
That's become the new offensive set.
Sure has.
Alegba to the goal. Strong, that's what it is. And he surprises you, I think, Danny, with how quickly he gets to the goal.
He's perfect from the free throw line, 4 of 4. He's got 16 points, make it 17. That was big right there.
That's huge.
66-52.
I'm expecting a long possession, and he just takes it to the basket.
Maniscalco, Cody Dunson, all the way in and lost it on the way up. And then a travel against Northern Iowa. 3:54 to go. The winner heads to the championship in Arch Madness.
Where can you get the best milk? From Tom, from Russ, from Laura and Maggie.
It comes from all of us.
We're Prairie Farms, and we don't just work for the dairy, we are the dairy, making sure the milk in your child's school, in your stores, and on your table is fresh and healthy, handled with the kind of care that your family deserves.
We are Prairie Farms Dairy.
Ask for us, the farmer-owned dairy.
I know this drill. I rack up a big charge on my credit card. I get a tote bag.
Well, actually, with our points program, you can get gift cards, flat screen TVs, even plane tickets.
How do you get enough points for that?
Oh, all kinds of ways. By using your debit card, your credit cards, checking account.
I don't believe you.
What?
You're messing with me, right?
No, I'm not messing with you.
Can I still get the tote bag?
Absolutely.
It's not just banking. It's National City.
Choosing the right health plan is one of your most important decisions. Mercy Health Plans. A full line of plans for groups and individuals linked to a high-quality network of doctors and hospitals from one of the most trusted names in healthcare. Make the choice. Choose Mercy Health Plans. The way we care makes all the difference.
We are Woods, we fix basements for your peace of mind.
Hi, I'm Jill Farmer, and I highly recommend Woods. Go to woodsbasementsystems.com.
Watch Big 12 basketball on Fox Sports, where every game's a rivalry. Brought to you in part by Sonic, featuring the new Everyday Value menu. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
66-52, 3:54 to go. Coach, you talked about Maniscalco being a difference maker here in the second half, and let's also look at this. Dunson.
See, this shot right here cuts the lead to 12. And Dunson usually makes that. He has to dunk it with his left hand or lay it up with his left hand because his right hand's injured.
Maniscalco, and you mentioned this early on, they had to find a way to get him the ball some way, somehow. You see Dodie Dunson, the junior from Bloomington, Illinois, dealing with that sore right hand, his shooting hand. But, Maniscalco, for the most part, a non-factor here in the second half.
You have to credit the defense, I'm sure, because I know he's not going to hunt shots, but I'm sure he's looking to be a factor. He's only had 2 attempts.
And that'll go against Cook.
And this is what you don't want if you're Northern Iowa. You don't want Bradley with a chance to score with the clock off.
3 on Cook. Wilson at the line. Averaged 14 and 7 during the regular season. There's all the fouls. We've got a bunch of them here today.
Cook's got a pleasant demeanor. He gets a foul he just doesn't agree with. But he doesn't argue, he doesn't make faces, he just smiles and keeps playing, and officials appreciate that.
Wilson 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Now 5 of 7. Substitution. McCain back in. Collins out. Get some speed out there for Bradley.
I thought Throatmanish might come back in the ball game, but nice job of screening a man off there.
Legba will pull it back wisely. UNI fans applaud that. The winner will get the winner of Creighton and Illinois State Game 2, semifinal Saturday here in the Valley.
Well, I'm not going to say they're going to run time because the last 2 times I did it, he took it to the goal.
Here he goes again. Almost stripped. Forced the shot. No good. Wilson has it. Not a great look.
The 3 makes it 10.
Roberts. And the putback by Wilson. Hack with a body on him.
Active. It's hard to do because he's active. Uh-oh. There's one down.
No call. Brown will bring it up the floor for Northern Iowa.
If you get bumped a little bit, you cannot retaliate. Uh-oh. Trying to
real chippy right now.
Trying to draw one that wasn't there.
Just getting into set, and it's 15 seconds on the shot clock. Trying to wind that down.
Oh, nothing's going right here.
O'Rear with it. Moran for three. No good. Ball loose. Kept alive by Northern Iowa. Fresh 35.
And that hurts right there.
Maniscalco the foul. That is his third. Crunch time here for Jim Les down the stretch.
We just had some excellent preventative officiating. Jerry Pollard just walked in and spoke to the two teams, and I'm sure he told them that's enough. He's also passed the word on to the ball coaches.
11-point lead. A leg bump near 80% during the regular season.
Had a great day. He just had an absolutely great day.
17 on the afternoon. Check that, 18 now in the afternoon. 2:23 to play. 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Northern Iowa as a team 15 of 21 for the charity stripe. 16 of 22 now.
Gotta like the way Northern Iowa has used their bench, playing the guys that are playing well.
Maniscalco kicks it to the corner, open look, and they hit it quickly. Roberts knocks down the 15-footer and a timeout taken. A play of the game is a presentation of Rawlings, the basketball with more grooves, more grip, more game. Coach, you talked about patience on this possession about 3 minutes ago or so?
That's exactly right. Neither player panicked. Cook just got himself in exactly the right position, ready to catch, shoot. Huge three with 3 seconds on the shot clock.
When you were coaching, and I'm serious about this, when you were coaching, how many of the guys that were 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" did you see in that era, even 10 years ago, drop out and hit threes? Because now it's commonplace. You see the trailer all the time, being a 6'10" kid and knocking down threes. You just didn't see that.
Not as much, no. We had Evan Peterson here.
Sure.
And he could do that, and David Robinson could. But we had a hard time getting anybody taller than 6'6", so we really didn't know much about that.
So you just go get Donnie Dobbs.
So we go get Donnie Dobbs and put him forward at 6'2". Yeah, that's what we did. That's great thinking, isn't it?
Yes. He had some shooters, though. A guy named Erwin Claggett, the
Scott Highmark, who's doing the games. We'll be doing games tomorrow.
Venice Menace. Flag.
H. Waldman could shoot it.
Oh, yeah. Transfer from UNLV. He had some good shooters at Missouri State as well.
Absolutely. That's, I found out the better that we could shoot, the smarter I got.
Oh, yeah. You became really bright.
Yes. I don't know if I could go quite that far.
Well, you can, I'm sure, relate to what Dana Altman has done at Creighton as far as, being able to get fans to a building, because he has done an unbelievable job in Omaha as far as what they average. And it's one of the best in the country. And you had that going here at Scottrade with SLU.
It's so much fun when you get that. That's why it's fun when you go like to Wichita and it's sold out. Or when we were at Illinois State this year, huge crowd at Illinois State. Bradley has great crowds. And I'm not just saying this. I think next year is going to be such a really good year for the league.
I do too. Maniscalco. Three no good. Off the hands of Wilson. Back to Northern Iowa. No? Yes, it is.
Yes, that had to be on thing.
If you can't get excited to play at Coach Arena with their fans in Wichita, there's something wrong with it. That place goes bananas.
I've said it a million times. I'm going to repeat myself. They are the best I've seen at getting into a game without the team making some sort of great play. They do it right. Close to a 5 there.
Finally gets it in.
Well, we've got a tie up, a get loose, a tie up, and a get loose.
Let's take a look at our players of the game, brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Sam Maniscalco, 4-4 for the free throw line in the tournament so far. Now 18 of 18, 14 points for the Bradley Braves. Their leading scorer, Wilson, has 13. And on the other side, to go on the leg bump, 19 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. The free throw line, though, 7 of 7.
If I had not seen last night's game, I'd say that the 13-point lead with 2 minutes to go is fairly safe.
Yeah.
but I'm not going to say something like that now.
Speaking of Wichita, coming back against Creighton.
What a great comeback that was.
In all your years of seeing Arch Madness, that's got to be one of your top games you've seen.
That was a great game to watch. It was, I'm sure, frustrating for the Creighton people, but it's a heck of a game to watch. Good job defensively by the red shirts. Ooh.
And Halegba falling down gets the timeout. So a 30-second taken here by Northern Iowa.
If this was football, we haven't advanced it very far.
No.
We haven't got a first down yet.
It's 1st and 10. Now it's 3rd and 9. 70-57. It's Arch Madness in St. Louis. Just joined us. The #1 seed, Northern Iowa, against #4 Bradley coming up. Looking forward to this one. #2 against #3, Creighton and Illinois State.
Their last ball game was very, very good.
Was it hard, if you were the participant in Game 2, to hear the crowd when you got to the building? You hear the excitement, and you're just sitting around waiting.
You know, honestly, Danny, you don't pay a great deal of attention to it. It's just as something there. It's fun, but it's just like jumping in the water when you go over your head.
The foul immediately. Dunson, and then the send Cook to the line. That's not a bad foul. I mean,
particularly
1 second
today.
off the clock.
Absolutely, and today with Cook struggling a little bit by his standards.
Right, 4-7 from the free throw line. He's a rebound away from a double-double. Great player. Had an outstanding year for Northern Iowa as they came out of nowhere to win this league. And looking at how they started too, Coach, at one point, you know, a loss to Marquette, that's going to happen. They lost by 30. They lost to Iowa State in OT. A loss at Iowa. A loss to Wyoming. Indiana State, 2 overtimes they lost. That's how they started basically getting into conference play. And then all of a sudden it all turned around.
I saw a couple of those games, and it was they were struggling to find an identity, and they just kept plugging away, and now they did it.
It's amazing how that happens in a long season, but how you can play one way at the beginning of the year, and now you look at them, and they're one of the better teams, obviously, in the conference.
That is long.
Wilson makes the 3. Cuts it to 12. 1:40 to play. Here's Cook, who can handle the ball. Halegba with it.
I think I'd shoot at you.
Takes off after the make about 16-17 seconds.
That worked well, plus you put a good free throw shooter to the line.
So Joe at the line, only a sophomore. We were talking about the league, because of its youth coming back, being much better next year. How about Northern Iowa? Case in point.
Northern Iowa's got everybody coming back. Look at Bradley's ball club. They're going to lose Collins, who played well today, and they lose a good player in Wilson, but they've got other players.
Panther fans behind Ben Jacobson have been on their feet for the entire second half.
It's an easy team to like. Play hard, don't make any faces, just play.
Maniscalco, tough shot, Brown the rebound, and he is fouled by Roberts. They can sense it now, up by 14.
Yeah, this one is fairly academic right now, I would think.
He's gone, and that's Tanner, the 3-year-old. Wife of Ben Jacobson, Tanner, 3-year-old, and Hunter, the 5-year-old.
Well, we've rounded them up.
The run around Scottrade, we found him.
Which will be fun for you in a few years when your foursome hits the floor.
Yeah.
If that's all we have by then.
We're one away from rolling out a team. Get the starting 5. It's been good. 74-60 is Northern Iowa. Looks like they will advance here in Arch Madness to the championship. Let's look ahead just a little bit now. Illinois State and Creighton coming up in game number 2 of our doubleheader. What stands out initially when you look at that game?
Oh, I just think it's going to be, can Creighton recapture their brains? Because they had about a 5-minute malfunction last night that has to bother them.
Is it a situation, Coach, if you're Dana Altman, where you're concerned, and like you said, because you got to regroup so quickly, or is it something where you say, you know what, guys, hey, we pulled out a thriller. We probably should have won this game. Let's go. Let's win this tournament.
I think you said it right there. I think that's what you do. And you don't belabor the point. You say, look, that is over. We got there. Survive and advance.
Yep. Legba, big afternoon. 21 points. McCain, the 2 for Bradley.
Wolf. Whoever started that, Wolf. Why do you holler Wolf? Guy, I guess it's easier to say than guy behind you.
We could hear it right here. O'Rear was doing that.
Wolf, Wolf, Wolf.
Bradley will not foul. 76-62. 10 on the shot clock. Chance of UNI here in Arch Madness. Moran gives it up. Brown deep 3. No good. Shot clock is off. The final 30 seconds are upon us. Wilson for 3. No good. Wilson is a senior, by the way. Northern Iowa will advance in Arch Madness.
Good win. Good effort by Bradley.
They will advance and have a chance to earn that automatic berth tomorrow afternoon.
Well, this is what it's all about right here. This is fun.
Ben Jacobson. And Northern Iowa, they advance 76-62.
Well, great win for Northern Iowa. What a nice turnaround on their season.
The #1 seed off to the championship game tomorrow afternoon. We're off to game number 2 coming up. Illinois State and Creighton, #3 against #2. The Poor Richards intermission report with Scott Warman is coming up on the MVC television network.
They got everything.
Not everything.
That's not mine.
Yo, Rich, he said he saw 2 guys earlier. One of them was wearing a jacket.
And how does that help me?
Yo, you cover for this?
I don't know.
How could you not know?
Yo, it's not funny.
This is funny. You know what? You need to call my agent.
You should know you're covered.
Come on, man. It's not mine.
Call one of our 17,000 State Farm agents today.
How can a dinner party this last minute be this well done? And how can a beer this full flavored be just 99 calories? Budweiser Select, the exception to the rule.
Basically, it's about symmetry.
I'm good. Be honest here, I mean.
Fuck it.
I'm good.
My bad.
I'm good. I'm the man! I'm good.
Ready? No.
Men can take anything.
I'm good.
Except the taste of Diet Cola. Until now, Pepsi Max, the first Diet Cola for men.
This is good.
How can a dinner this informal be this romantic? And how can a beer this full flavored be just 99 calories? Budweiser Select, the exception to the rule.
Welcome to the Poor Richards Intermission Report with 2 great St. Louis locations, Fenton at 141 in Bowles and in Eureka near 109. And Interstate 44, Poor Richards serves over 2 tons of wings every week as we are back at the Scottrade Center. The regular season champs, the Northern Iowa Panthers, move on to the championship game. And Ben Jacobson is with our own Tom Ackerman. Tommy?
Coach, congratulations on the win. You've been involved in so many close games. This was an impressive way to pull away.
Thanks. We had a great second half. Cajo obviously was really good in that second half. He made a lot of plays for us and did a great job of getting to the rim. And unfortunately, we were able to get a little bit of a lead around that 5-minute mark.
And defensively, that's a Bradley team that can score in bunches. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, you never feel like you're far enough ahead, you know. And these guys have they can get to the basket on you. They can make threes on you. And they've done such a good job all year. They deserve a lot of credit.
A lot of people may talk about your resume going into the NCAA tournament at this point. I'm sure you'd just like to win tomorrow and deal with it that way.
We'll just get ready for tomorrow.
How about these fans? They were standing the entire game.
Yeah, our fans are terrific. This is as big a crowd as we've had down here. It's a lot of fun.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Jacobson and Tommy, thank you so much. Ben Jacobson, the Missouri Valley Conference Coach of the Year. A spectacular season for the folks up in Cedar Falls as they move on to the championship game. They'll play the winner of our next game coming up here in less than a half hour as we have second seed Creighton getting set to take on the third seed Illinois State Redbirds. Join us here on our Port Richards Intermission Report, our good friend from State Farm, John Altoff. Northern Iowa came out with a mission in that second half, didn't they?
No question about it, and you have to give them credit. Struggled a little bit yesterday. They've beaten Bradley twice this year. It's extremely difficult to beat a team 3 times in 1 year, and they pulled it off. We all thought that the Field of Dreams in Iowa was about baseball. Maybe it's basketball.
Good take. Well, State Farm, if not one of the, is the cornerstone sponsorships of the Missouri Valley Conference with the TV package and also the sports championships. Back in November 2007, the two sides came to an agreement to try to even better what's already been a great Missouri Valley Conference and their success with basketball. Just talk a little bit, if you will, John, about the relationship.
It's a relationship, Scott, that dates back to 1984 when we started as a television commercial advertiser with the MVC Game of the Week. Since that time, we've expanded it, much like you said. We're also involved in every one of the conference championships in regards to title sponsorship. We have a relationship with each one of the 10 individual schools, and we're also involved in the Just Read program. So from my perspective, I think it's a situation where the conference benefits, each one of the school benefits, and also State Farm.
I'm curious why the MVC and State Farm have such successful events. We see the success over the years of Arch Madness. Next week, we have the women's tournament in St. Charles at the Family Arena. Why is that?
I think it goes back to similar traditions and histories. When you look at it, we're from the Midwest, just like the Valley schools are. We're based out of our corporate headquarters are in Bloomington, Illinois. The Valley Conference offices are right here in St. Louis. There's a number of agents and employees that live in those school cities and, in fact, are fans of these various
now buy any new Hyundai, and if in the next year you lose your income, we'll let you return it. That's the Hyundai Assurance. An automaker that's got your back. Isn't that a nice change?
Plus, get up to $4,000 factory cash back at your Hyundai dealer. Go to myhyundaichicago.com.
College basketball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer. What a day for a Hyundai. Go to mychicagohyundai.com.
Welcome back to the Scottrade Center as we see after the first 20 minutes, Bradley leading Southern Illinois. As we welcome you back to our Port Richards Intermission Report. Time now, brought to you by Purina Dog Chow. Take a look at our all-freshman team in the Missouri Valley Conference. Purina Dog Chow, your pet, our passion. There you see Kevin Dillard, the freshman of the year from Southern Illinois. Johnny Moran, we saw him earlier from Northern Iowa. Later, we'll see Torrey Murray from Wichita State. Kyle Weems from Missouri State. And congratulations also to Caleb Williams of Evansville. We'll see him later on this evening as well. Congratulations to all on the all-freshman team as we welcome you back to the Scottrade Center. As these two teams, in-state rivals, we mentioned, third and deciding game. They split the regular season, both winning at home. And right now, it's a 25-rate run by the Bradley Braves, and now they lead it over Southern Illinois by a score of 34-25. They will take on the winner of the game earlier today, Northern Iowa, in the semifinals. Stay tuned. Dan and Mac have got the second half coming up for you right after this.
So, Dad, can I borrow the car?
Where are you going?
Just to the movies.
Who's going?
Kathy and Dylan.
Dylan?
Yes, Dad, Dylan.
Thanks, Dad. She's growing up, whether you like it or not. That's why State Farm created the Steer Clear program. Teens learn safe driving, you get lower rates. When you're there, State Farm is there.
Where are you going?
Work.
The Valley needs you at the 2009 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Women's Basketball Tournament. March 12th through 15th at the Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri. Don't miss the Valley's women's basketball event of the season. Get your tickets now and make every team the home team in March.
Ameren UE brings you today's MVC famous alumni, Bradley's Mitchell Anderson. Known to Braves fans as JJ, Anderson is one of 9 players in Valley history to earn all-conference honors 4 times. Scoring 2,341 career points, the Chicago, Illinois native is one of 2 players to lead Bradley in scoring 4 consecutive years. The 1982 NIT MVP, Anderson was inducted into the MVC Athletics Hall of Fame in 2006. Ameren UE brings you Power On, a $1 billion plan of action to increase reliability across Missouri.
Because we can't reinvent the night, we helped reinvent the way the driver sees in it. With an innovative heads-up display to help keep you focused on the road ahead, and advanced headlamps that illuminate places you couldn't see before. The all-new 2010 Lexus RX. At your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
The State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Tournament is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. By Budweiser Select, full flavor, 99 calories, the exception to the rule. By Diet Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Missouri Valley Conference. By Mercy Health Plans, the way we care makes all the difference. And by Casey's General Stores, convenience stores, and a whole lot more.